All right, welcome everybody to the Pro Trader webinar, and this one hosted by myself. We'll be going through the Bookmap or Bruce's pilot program. This is something that I'll talk more about the origins of it in just a minute. But if you guys are new in here and you don't know who I am, I've been trading for a variety of markets, really pretty much anything, for about 15 years, and I lead the Bookmap Trading Education Department, and I support the traders and the professional educators, and have developed expertise in the order flow, reading order flow, and market microstructure. And then alongside the various or regular scheduled webinars for the community, I'm also hosting and leading the Bookmap Academy with a variety of coaches and the pilot program to help traders to hone their edge in flow. Here's my contact information over here. And just what we're going to go over today is how to follow a simple strategy, a simple setup, a simple plan. So what we're looking for is creating clarity, confidence, and small wins to keep us in the game. That's the goal. All right, and the pilot program is a big part of that goal. There's more to it than that. Let me go through the disclosures and then we'll jump in. General disclosure: all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Live trading is in simulation, demo, paper trading mode, and strictly for educational purposes. Live trading executed in simulation cannot accurately represent realistic trading performance. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance, an investor could potentially lose all or more than their initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security nor lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, so what we're going to start with here is the start at the beginning and this pilot program here and how this came about. So we'll step back for a second here. And it's really over the years that after talking to so many traders, hundreds, thousands of traders at all sorts of different levels, the main thing that you could see the distinction that those that did really well, there was a number of things they did, but the big thing that they had was edge, and they knew it, and they only took that edge. And we are always told along the way that we need to develop an edge. Oh, here's my setup. Everyone, you see all these gurus go on YouTube or X or wherever it might be, and they'll talk about their setup and how this one works so well and made so much money, and that one works so well, and they're knocking it out of the park. So then comes the question: well, how do you train for this and build this out? And the answer is, you just got to back test. That's it. You got to go back test. You got to find out for yourself if this works for yourself. And we're lost. No one has a process. We have at least a good process here to go through that and build out that edge. And that's what we're here for in this pilot program. Is no matter what you trade. Now we're going to start with something simple, though, right? That was the goal in this presentation, to follow a simple strategy. And then we're going to build out a process based on that simple strategy, and then we'll start to understand the edge that we have. Once you understand that, then you can go into any strategy that you like. You will do the same process. You will continue to refine and hone that edge, and you will start, and probably The timing for this is perfect because we had just last week the webinar with Bogdan Stoichescu from Axia Futures, and he talked exactly about this. Exactly, it was about starting narrow and going wide. This is the starting narrow part, and going deep and narrow. And that is to be able to know one thing extremely well and only focus on that one thing. We want to stay in the game. And then once we can do that, then we start to go wide. We will have to. You'll have to understand, wow, okay, this strategy didn't work this week. It didn't work the week next or the week after that. So you're going to have to learn something else. But that's okay. Like, I mean, this is going to happen. It's like, we talked with Bogdan and mentioned that maybe it's like a guitarist or something. When you learn to play guitar, you learn a few chords, and then you're going to learn more. But that's enough to get started. You can start writing songs. You can start performing, and it's good enough for the moment. And then to get better, though, you're going to have to learn more. Or, maybe the analogy is better is like you're learning to swim and you know how to dog paddle. That's it. It's not elegant. It's not pretty, but you can stay afloat. You get pushed in the deep end, you're going to be okay. Then later, you're going to learn how to breaststroke, or you're going to learn freestyle, or you're going to learn backstroke, or whatever it is. And you're going to get better, and pretty soon you're going to be a master swimming, okay? And you're going to know all sorts of other methods along the way, but we want to stay afloat. And what Bogdan had mentioned was really interesting, I thought, about he said the first, like, to go from 0 to 3 out of a scale of 10, okay, the best trader on their desk is a 10, and they have many. But to go to 0 to 3, just to become that good, is the big hurdle. So they can't get beyond that, and that's really where you break ground. So once you get beyond that, though, then you start to learn all these other things along the way. And then that's where the breadth comes in, and that's where you go wide and you start to understand these things. Today we covered it in the webinar, for example, and we started to talk about all the different ways of looking at the same setup in different ways, and we'll go over some of that maybe during this webinar. But anyway, that's what the goal is here, because we want to stay in the game. That's the most important part. You hear it all the time, all these cliches, all of these sound bites. It's like Rocky. It doesn't matter. Like, what matters the most is that you can take a punch and get back up, and take it again and get back up. Those that can do that stay in the game and become champions. Whatever it might be. These are so cliche, and we've all heard them so many times. So that's where we're going to start, though, with this process, and we can go through a few examples today. I want to show you the first one, okay? And then this comes from the Bookmap education, from the supply and demand course that we put together. Okay, we'll just scroll down the page actually, and you'll see it here. If you're new in here, and we stuck with this one here. It's called Trendline Break and Accumulation. Watch this video here, and just understand it. Understand the 4 elements here on the chart, and then from these 4 elements, you get really good at this setup, and it should allow you. It should keep you out of a lot of trades, and then it also should, when you do take it, you should be making some money. Okay, now this one, we chose it for a number of reasons, and any of these we could have chose. In fact, the next one that we're going to choose, and we're going to talk about after this webinar, is the low volume pullback here. Okay, so the we're going to combine some of these strategies together. Okay, the trendline break and accumulation is a reversal strategy. The low volume pullback is a continuation trade. And we're going to put both of these together. So what does that mean? So it means that you're going to be highly flexible. And for example, see this move to the downside here, okay, before the trend line break? Well, you'll be able to trade that. You'll be able to trade it down into areas of high liquidity. Okay, this is a low volume pullback right here. Here's one here. This is a little trickier. There's a little bit more volume on it, but it still is pretty low. Now it's starting to, it's still low volume pullback, okay, but it's starting to become equal high here, and we get one more push down, and we still get another pullback here. Compared to all of this volume in here, it is a low volume pullback. And here's your flush through, and then along the way though, look at the buyers accumulating, getting filled on the bid on the way down. Okay, and then we're also trading it into a key level. So that low volume pullback will be a simple strategy that we will trade into the high level or out of the high level as well to another high time frame level. Yeah, we'll look for a few key factors along the way. Okay, now this one here, this strategy has it all, and that's why we chose it. Is once you get good at this and you understand these 4 elements here, and let me the name on this, I never really liked it too well, but I kept it. Trendline break and accumulation. It is passive and aggressive accumulation and a structure break at a higher time frame level. Okay, those are the 4 elements. So passive accumulation on the way down into a higher time frame level, which is right here. It is 21,000, and it goes actually below it here. Then we're looking for the structure to break. In this case, it's a diagonal structure. Okay, well, look here though, it could also be a horizontal structure. So structure is structure. Don't get caught up in the type of the structure. Okay, like hold on a minute here. Let me delete that. Okay, so the type of structure, there's a horizontal structure here. Okay, well, we broke that too. And how did we break it though? Okay, we're looking for more buy volume, aggressive accumulation at this point. Okay, because we've traded down into all of this passive liquidity through a key level, through it, rejected, came back, and we find some buyers. We don't find sellers anymore. We find buyers. This is an opportunity. Okay? This is the edge in the setup, and then we look. There's variations in it, and we look for it though. We look for these 4 elements. That's keeping it simple. Okay? 4 elements, just 4 simple elements. Are there any questions on the elements? Okay, this is important, like because all of your setups, simple setups, are going to have elements in it that you'll have to know, and you'll have to understand them through. It's not going to be easy. There'll be so many variations of it, but it should be clear. It should be very, very clear. So you're looking for understanding these elements. And that's where you're going to derive your edge from. All right, so in this case, once we see these 4 elements in here, we know that the reversal is unfolding, and we're at least looking to take profit up near swings and high liquidity, which you can see here. Okay, and that should keep you in the game. Just hit the single. Okay, this turned into a home run. This went 200 points higher. But not all are going to do that. And it would be stupid to risk all sorts of money on some of these when they don't happen that often. That won't keep you in the game. Okay, we want to trade small and build confidence. And actually, it's really, it's about really understanding the process and being able to eke out some money, okay, to begin with. Once you can do that, you've built confidence. It's like I said about jumping into that pool, and you can dog paddle now. At least you're going to stay afloat, and that's a big distinction. Okay, because a lot of us, when we first start trading, and maybe for many years, fall into gaps of, or holes of, either FOMO, missing out on a trade, or we double down. When we have a loss, we get a few winners out of that, and it's like, oh, okay, I got it all figured out. Like, I'll just do that next time. You do that next time, and you'll wipe out your account. Okay, so we're just looking for hitting singles, something that is most likely to happen. This will keep us in the game, and we continue to do that until we start to learn more things and start to go wide. We've gone deep, now we're going wide. All right, so let's take a look at the low volume pullback setup here. It's even simpler. Now, I didn't start with that one for this pilot program because it's I want you guys to understand these 4 elements, and we simplified them. They are very simple. In the pilot program, you just take everything else off your chart. You don't look at anything else. There's nothing else on this chart. In fact, I should have closed up the CVD and the subchart here. But we're not looking at it. We're just looking at a key level, and then we're looking at the order flow around that key level. All right, so the low volume pullback setup in here. Okay, very, very simple and very straightforward. Okay, so what we're looking for in that is a breakdown through a level, okay, on high volume. Then we're looking for a pullback, and this pullback is on lower volume, and it doesn't break the structure. Okay, there's a big difference there. It has not broken the structure here. Okay, there would be a diagonal structure up here that has not broken. A more aggressive one probably had broken here. Anyway, you're looking for the lower volume on a pullback here. Now, this actually wasn't the best setup to show, to be honest. It was outside of a range, and it went back and forth a little bit. Most of the time, what you get is strong move, very, very shallow pullback, or maybe half the distance, and the volume is distinctively lower. This one kind of took a little bit of a while here, but it was a really good example of something in here that I kept. It moved outside of a range, and it moved outside on a lot of hold on here. Okay, it moved outside of the range here on volume. Okay, moving away from an area on volume, and then a pullback into look at this. See the big volume here, but it cuts through it very, very quickly. It didn't spend much time here. That's your low volume node in here, or nodes. Okay, so this is going to be rejection, because the market has now moved. It's told us that it's moved away from this previous area here, this previous structure up here. Now we've moved away. Okay, once we've moved away, you'll see the low volume area in here typically, and we look for a retracement back into that area. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, and then you're looking for the sellers to continue. This one was more complex, actually, so I may have to come up with a simpler one. Anyway, taking partial profit, again, hitting that single down at the bottom of the range, and then looking for the continuation. All right, so let's take a look at the live market here. We were looking at it earlier in the back and forth, and we thought it was going to be a back and forth day here. We're looking at the NQ. Let's go to the ES, I think. Okay, that's in rhythmic. Hold on. Okay, yeah, this is where we were during the webinar, up in here. Let's zoom into that area here. Okay. Yeah, so we saw this shift away, okay, and then we saw the back and forth here, and looking for maybe a move back into the range here, and point of control, we were looking for it in here, and we didn't take this though because we didn't have enough of the passive accumulation in here, also the key levels were I guess we were at our key level. We had that going for us, but that passive accumulation was not here. It did not show up. Okay, so anyway, there's a whole bunch of things we talked about in here, I would point you to that webinar for review. Anyway, since then we trended, okay, and we really, you can see really things really picked up here. For example, that low volume pullback in here, well, does this constitute? Not really. It kind of looks like it, but this is pretty high volume or higher volume, and it comes right back all the way back up here. We're looking for the easy setup, you know, this is again why I picked the reversal, because this can be kind of tricky in here, but there's little pockets in here, and you can look for that low volume pullback. Something like this in here, okay, sellers, pullback, no buyers, very little buying, more selling, drop, okay, pullback here, it comes up back up above this range in here. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this either. I wouldn't take it, even this one here, I wouldn't take it. There's just this is starting to look good, but this big volume dot into that high liquidity there doesn't look good. This looks great. Okay, this one here, strong move, pull back, very little buy volume here, continuation, moving away from the range. Okay, that's it. That's all we're looking for, and again and again and again and again. Okay, maybe we'll see it in the live market here if we jump in, but this is something that you should be able to reduce some risk down at the bottom of the range and then look for a continuation move, and that will help keep you in the game. Anyway, that's the kind of the crux of it, in the pilot program as well, why we went into the pilot program with this very simple setup, and go over some of these details in here so that you have this foundation. Then that can lead to a lot more. Okay, the breadth. Okay, so you've gone deep, you've worked on one strategy, and now you can start to go deep. What we did as well was for this, to help you get this edge, and to keep that kind of clarity and confidence, and really confidence is the key word in here, but for that clarity and confidence, we're looking for something that also offers a lot more later. Okay, so we're going deep on one specific setup, and then we're going to be going wide later. All right, so let me pull that back up again. Okay, so this is a very narrow trade in here. Okay, this low volume pullback. Now it happens all the time, but you know, sometimes it can be a little tricky, and maybe you pass on it, and it happens also very quickly, and you have to look for it. This one, the trendline break and accumulation, it takes a while to set up. It gives you a break, allows you some time to wait for it to unfold, and then identify. Now the move here and the rubber band effect after such a deep move lower can be a little tricky sometimes to catch, but you should see the distinction in the volume. Okay, it should be breaking that structure, and it should be breaking it on volume, and that'll help you. That'll help you a lot. All right, guys, if you have any questions in here, just start getting it into the chat, because that's what I'd like to do with this webinar, is make it a little more interactive. And also, we are going to meet after. So in about half an hour, we're going to meet after, and we're going to get into the details in the pilot program. I want to open it up. I want to those that have been involved in it can now take this further. Okay, they're ready for the next step. They are experts. They've gone deep. Now we're ready for something more. And this is a good time to have this webinar in line with just having the webinar with Axia Futures and Bogdan about exactly what he was talking about. So we're those that have participated, those that put in the work are ready. And you guys don't have to limit your trading at all. In fact, it's the opposite of what we want to do here. We do not want to limit your trading. We want it to grow and expand once you have that foundation, though. Okay. Now, there's a lot more to it than just this, and about the setups. Okay. Now, I've just been covering just the setup so far, but this in here is also really important here. The step-by-step process. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Inspired by video poker and virtual racers. These video poker players are amazing. It's actually online poker players, and it was like, I don't know, 15 years ago when it was outlawed, or I can't remember when, but those guys were incredible. Okay, young kids playing 10 different poker rooms at the same time. At the end of the day, and seriously, the end of the day, they played like 2,000 hands. Now you can look it up, and I forget the guy's name, but I've shown it here, his Wikipedia page, that he says he played up to 2,000 hands a day from just all day long. And that's what you're going to be doing very quickly using that replay mode. And you'll be using these tools, these great tools that we already had set up in Bookmap. So the replay mode will allow you to speed it up and slow it down. In fact, I think I may just, should I get out of the live market here? Yeah, let's do it. Let's see if we're seeing anything interesting here. Yeah, not really. Let's take a look at our higher time frame. Yeah, we're getting down here at a kind of interesting level here. What a sell-off. Anyway, all right. So I'm going to quit Bookmap, and we're going to reopen it in replay mode. And I'm going to show you how to build this edge. Okay, we'll reopen it. Joe Cotta, that's the guy. Yep. Yeah, let's just look it up. 21 years old when he won the World Series of Poker. How is that possible? You know, how is a young kid able to? Let's just load this file first. Sure. And we can. I've got the one from Friday here. I think. That's the continuation pattern, right? Okay, so we'll load this one from Friday. So how does a young kid who's now he's just 21 at this point, but he's played, I don't know, poker for a handful of years, and he wins at the highest level. Now maybe there's some luck involved, whatever, but he continued to win later. Anyway. It's here, and he says it. Let's see. Okay. At the time of his World Series of Poker success, he was playing approximately 2,000 hands per day on online poker at PokerStars and user ID JCotta99. All right, there you go. All right, this is the process we're going to be going through too. Okay, so we're loading that file here, and let's load it up. Okay. All right. Okay. So this was from last Friday. And this was during the webinar here that entire time. And then right after the webinar ended, I think it was right on in here, we were thinking this is starting to set up. And then it played out beautifully. Anyway, this is the key here we will provide you these files in here, but the process is going to be going through this very, very quickly. Okay, now the replay mode in here in Bookmap is robust. So what we can do is we can go back here. So let's go back to about 11:25. Hover over the time frame or timeline up here. Go to 11:25. Okay. Here I've got the NQ as well up here. So you can see sometimes we're lucky and we get a few different at the same time, a few different instruments. Okay, so it's loading now, and we can identify these elements in the chart here. High liquidity getting filled on the bid. Okay, look at pocket of buyers coming in. Now this was kind of some odd behavior in here that we had noted. Now we're at 1x or x1 speed, right? Okay, that's 1 times the market. So this is regular market time. Let's go to 16. Okay. In fact, if you use the keyboard on Bookmap, the period or the arrow keys basically in shift mode, you can slow it down. Okay, or that would be the comma, and then the period would be the arrow to the right. You can speed it up. Okay, you can use the space bar, pause it immediately. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, I can zoom out a little bit. I can then come in here. I can draw my trend line. Okay, I can draw a more aggressive trend line in here, and look at that as well. Let's again start by hitting pause, and let's get out of the drawing mode. Okay. Oh, and let's get set up. Let's get ready. All right, and let me pause this here because this is what I want to show. Is a few different things here. This is the process. We have the files on the or in the pilot program room here. Okay, let me show you where that is. Okay, it is up here. Okay, so first there's the welcome up in this area in here. Okay, general. And then we'll go down to Bookmap Academy. It is inside the Bookmap Academy. Okay, it is here's the pilot program voice room, and here's the pilot program room right here. Okay, so click on that. Once you join you'll have to sign up here from the website. Up again, and I'll put the link in here for you too. So you'll have to sign up here for it. Once you've signed up, then you need to be a part of the Discord channel. You need to be verified on our Discord channel. Okay, now that's not going to be a problem for all of you guys here because you're already in the Discord channel, but this is recorded and will be on YouTube later. All right, so now then you'll come in here and go to the pinned messages up here. Click on that. And then you go through the messages here. Now scroll all the way down to the bottom. You'll see the original one here, or yeah. So this is a document, and then some messages in here, and then starts to get into the documentation. These are some of the feed files that we uploaded here, and then there's a document in here right here that talks about the training. In the pilot program. Okay, that'll download a PDF or Word file, and then they'll bring that up here, which you can read about the process here as well. Okay, so that's the introduction to the pilot program. Now, how to build out that edge? Let's get back to that. Okay, so now we're starting to understand the 4 elements on the chart. Okay, first off, we're downtrending into high liquidity. Okay, we know it. We're at the low of the day here, and in this setup, we were actually a little hesitant about the key level. And Laura missed it, for example, because we'd actually left the webinar saying, well, we're not quite in the key level. You know, it's not quite there. It's very close, but it wasn't quite there. Anyway, that's fine. That's clarity. You know, she didn't quite see it, didn't meet her criteria. Okay, so yeah, here, let me redraw this trend line now. All right, and that was a little too aggressive. Okay, and let's speed it up a little bit. Okay, so now hold on a minute here. Okay, so now this is a smaller trend line, right? We don't really you know, care too much about that. This is a little too aggressive. It is market structure we're looking at in here. Don't worry too much about the trend line, but it's market structure, as we had discussed in today's webinar. Okay, now we're at a key level, so we've got high liquidity getting filled on the bid, that passive accumulation. Now we're starting to see we're at a key level, and we're starting to see some aggressors come in, and a minor structure is broken. Now what we want to see is more buy volume. Now this is something we mentioned in today's webinar as well. We already have a cluster over here. Okay, we already can see that there's some buying interest in here. They're in here, so it's getting ready. It's starting to get ready to turn around. This helps. Okay, this buying combined with this passive buying in here helps. Right, so now we're looking for a break of our structure. We're starting to see that aggressive accumulation, and they're able to now start to move the market. Okay, we're at 16 times. Okay, now there's our break, right? Okay, so let's see if we get a pullback here. I'm going to look for a pullback. Okay, if we just traded high liquidity here. Okay, I'm not getting it. I might have to chase a little bit. Okay, so there I go. So I brought it up to this level here, and this is how I traded it. Okay, I looked for this liquidity here. It traded. I'm looking now for a pullback to that liquidity. Now I might get stopped out here, okay, because my stop is pretty close here. Where would you put your stop on this? This is to experiment in replay mode at speed. Okay, so for this one, I'd like to move it down here below this swing here and that liquidity here. Okay, and then what about my take profit? Well, I can put it here at 6,700 the figure, or I can put it up here at this swing up here, and this liquidity up at 6705. Right, so now let's zoom in a little bit more, and then we'll continue. Okay, and let's speed it up a little bit. Okay, so now we're starting to see more aggressors come in. Okay, now we would look for up here those aggressors and the break and the move up into high liquidity. Okay, now the aggressors are moving it away from the low here, and we have at our back in here, we have all this high liquidity on the bid that got filled. All right, so let's move our take profit up here, and in fact I'm going to move it up here to 10. Okay, I see this starting to come into the market now. This is a strong move. Look at the angle in here as well. Okay, so there's some stop runs along the way, and I'm looking for managing my stop. Let's manage the stop. Look at the bid in here. Starting to note the bid is super strong here. Okay, I'm going to put my stop down by the bid, below that bid here. And let's see. Okay, just about there, and there we're filled. Okay, so that's one trade example. Let's go back and we'll trade it again. Okay, just rewind it like this, go back to 1125, and then we'll speed it up here, and we'll play it again. Okay, we're at 64 times. Okay, we know what happened, right? But we're going to look for details, nuances, learn from this, trade it differently. My trading wasn't so good on that one. I almost missed it there, right? I missed it almost here. Okay, so now let's look at this again in here. Okay, so there it goes. I missed it again, but look at the high liquidity come in underneath here, supporting it. This is a flip of liquidity from offer to bid. I want to be on the bid. Okay, I want to be in this trade. I don't want to miss it because I see that it's breaking, it's meeting all our criteria, and we have these pockets of buyers along the way helping us here. Okay, so we'll speed it up again. Okay, now I just got stopped out. Okay, so let's take a look at that. I got stopped out here. I have my stop for 8, my target for 32. So this is 2 S&P points here, right? 8 ticks. Okay, and this is 4 S&P points here for a target 32. Anyway, where did my stop go? Well, look at the structural break here. Okay, I'm right in that zone in here. That's not a good area to be in. This kind of pullback in here can happen a lot. Or there's another thing that we can start to look at and start to understand. Okay, we can draw another trend line here, or a structural line in here. Just structure. You know, we don't want to get too crazy with all this stuff. I'm trying to keep it simple. So, you know, I would want to put my stop either below that or below this swing here. I like it down here. That makes me feel pretty good. Depending on the move and the strength in here, I may even have it down here. It depends though. That's a little too much risk in here for me. I'd rather get stopped out and get back in. Anyway, I think you guys are getting the idea here. Now we've just gone through 2 examples. Okay, let's trade it again in here. Okay, this would take a long time if you're waiting for the live market. Here, I'm gonna boost up my stop loss and my take profit as well. Okay, there it is, right there. There it is there. I'm going to get in on this swing back up and let the strength carry me in to the trade here. Okay, now in this case, I didn't even have to, this didn't even really go against me. Okay, this was pretty straightforward. Okay, now hold on a minute here. So let's go back and review. So what did I do? What did I do differently? Okay, on one, I got a little aggressive thinking I didn't want to miss it. On the second one in here, I jumped in here and my stop was too tight and I got stopped out here. Okay, on this one, we waited for the pullback and we waited for strength to come in again, and I got in. And I did have a wider stop here and a wider take profit to give me a little bit of leeway there. But in this case, it went maybe against me a couple ticks, and then that was it. It never even came back down to this structure here. Okay, these are the nuances I'm talking about. You will be an expert in this if you continue to hit the replay mode again and again. This will keep you in the game. Moreover, you'll start to understand these elements in here that will allow you to go wide. Okay, so what's more is we haven't covered yet a really important part of this, and that is the journal, the trading journal. Okay, so let's go back into the trading journal and let's open it up here. Okay, and I need to show you the process on this too. All right, trading statistics. See, I didn't even have it on here. Big mistake, big mistake. So I made a mistake. All right, well, let's fix it. All right, so now it just gave me a note here that I cannot connect to this right now until I'm out of this trade. So let's exit this trade. We'll just flatten it here. All right, and then let's go back again and we'll trade it one more time here. Okay, are you guys with me on this? I know many of you are. I know you have this process down, and I've got training wheels on this process in here. My drawings are still on the chart here, right? Okay, so hold on a minute here. Let me go back to the see if there's any questions at the moment. Okay. No. I mean, yeah, I'll not too many. I'll get to them in just a second. Okay, so let's continue on. There's our move. There's our pullback. And there's our strength move again. Boom, right there. Okay, I just became an expert, and not an expert, but I'm much better at this setup now. Okay, I know what I'm looking for this setup. Okay, now it might roll over and stop us out on another trade here, but for this one, it worked out great. Okay, this is pretty aggressive move here on Friday. This is because it had gone down so hard, so fast. Well, not so fast, but it kept on selling off, kept on grinding people out, and then the rubber band effect here is pretty strong. All right. So anyway, this is the process here. Now let's stop it for a second here. It stops it automatically. It's at the end of the file. Let's go back to trading it again. This is what you need to do in order to capture the data. First thing is you're going to sync it with the web journal. And then under here, my trading journal, select the Trendline accumulation and replay Bruce. Okay, this is the TL Accum replay dash Bruce. This is what we'll be using for replay mode in the pilot program. Select it. Okay, if you don't see it, add it here. Okay, that'll bring you to the web journal where you'll log in to your account. Okay, and then here, okay, you'll go into your web journal. Here it is here. This is my web journal. Okay, and now we can share journals. As you can see, we can share journals. I have Alan's, Laura's, DNT's, Shark's, Trading is Life. Laura, I have 3 of her different journals. She's trading live. She has the forward testing. She has the replay mode. And I've got some of the new guys in here as well. Duzman, I've got Alexander, and I need to get the rest of your guys' journal in here so I can give you feedback and give feedback to each other as well. All right, so I need to select my journal. Right, there it is, it's selected, and these are my results. Okay, now this is my equity curve in here. Now, you know, after you get the feel for it, of course, you're going to have a positive equity curve. How can you not, right? But be honest with yourself in here. Okay, we have all of the trading history in here, every trade that I took in this journal. I also have notes in here where you'll see I can put in a text note like this, or I can put in a screen markup and notes in here as well. It has my profit and loss, and I can click on this and go right to the trade details in here and add to this as well. This is going to build out your playbook, right? This is going to be a part of the process as well. Again, all of these things are going to keep you in the game. Okay, we need this foundation, and that's what we're here for. Now let's go back to the trading journal, and I've got it selected here in Bookmap. So I've got it selected here also in display. So now make sure that you select it here and then hit the refresh button, okay, the refresh here, so that you make sure that you have this selected. This is key, okay? Otherwise, it might show up in a different journal, but you can move it to you know, your replay journal. Don't worry about that. You're not going to lose the trade. All right, now once you've got all of that set up, let's go back and let's trade it one more time here, and we'll take a look. Okay, and here we go. Okay, so number 1 criteria, coming down into the key level. Okay, we're not quite at that key level like we noted, but the accumulation here passively on the bid is excellent in this setup. Okay, we also have, what else do we have? These pockets of buying in here. It's not part of the setup, but like just note these things. Okay, so now here we go. There's our break. our pullback, nice pullback, and our break again, we're in. Okay, and then now to hit a single, we'd look for a hit just up to here, 6,700. Okay, and in the pilot program, now in replay mode, you may consider hitting those singles too. I would continue to trade it and get a feel for it, and where you can take profits, how you can move your stop loss up, etc. Okay, and then journal this. Take a screenshot, mark it up, journal it, add it to your notes. Okay, and here I'll show you how to do that. Anyway, once we're here, now that trade that I just took should show up in here. Let's go to trade history, and here it is here. Okay, on the 19th, 650 bucks, went against me 4 ticks. Okay, let's go verify that. Okay, so I waited in here for those aggressors to come back in. I got in here once I saw that, and then it went against me 1, 2, 3, 4. That was it. Okay, 4 ticks it went against me, and you can see, like, we were pretty zoomed out. You can even, optimize that better if you really pay close attention to here at 1 times speed. We're at 64 times speed. Okay, so there we go. There's the trade. Let's take a quick screenshot of it. There's a variety of ways that you can do this. I can mark it up in here, and we can mark it up many different ways, however you want. You can also just take a screenshot here from Bookmap, and I'm just going to copy the link here. Okay, so copy link to a chart image. Okay, it just copied the link, and I believe I can just paste it right in here into the trade. Hold on a minute. No. Okay, so this is what I'll do. We'll take a screenshot of it. Okay, I use a different screenshot software, and here we can mark it up. We can put in our text, whatever it is that we want, and now we save it. Or no, in fact, I believe no, we've got to save it. Okay, so I save it. Okay, and I'm just going to call it test Bruce pilot. Save it. Okay, we'll go and find it, and I'm just going to now just drag and drop it over to my notes. Okay, so here's the trade that we took, and drag and drop it over here. Okay, there's my image. Oh, only JPEGs. Okay, let's try that again. Export this as a JPEG. No problem. Drag and drop. There it is. Uploaded. Click OK. All right, so now we go back in here. Here's it's going to show my equity curve. It's going to show my biggest wins, losses, average winner, average loser, profit ratio in here. Obviously, this is going to be very high because it's replay mode. Anyway, you've got other criteria in here, or metrics to take a look at. And then once I added it here into my trade history here in the notes, okay, now you can go back into your notes here. Okay, and we should see it updated here. There it is. Okay, here's our trade right here. Okay, this is beautiful. This is what's going to help build your confidence, keeping the things simple and clear and documented. Okay, you did this, you made this, you made that happen, and you're going to take it again and again. Where I'm going with all of this here for you guys, now this is more of an intro to creating clarity, confidence, and small wins in here. And now these are bigger wins actually. Small wins would be up to here, just to here, okay, or to here. Maybe around in here someplace at the swing. Just hit these and then do it again and again and again. Right? That's what we're looking for creating that clarity, confidence, and small wins. And this will help keep you in the game. It'll keep you out of bad trades. All right. So now let's go back and open up the trading journal. And then I want to leave on this note here. Okay. Now you may or may not have seen some of this before, but I want to leave on this note where let's take a look at some other students or members here, okay, that have now become experts in this. So here is here's Trading His Life. Okay, so let me show you Trading His Life's. I mean, they're all good in here. It doesn't really matter. Everyone's doing some pretty damn excellent work here. And here's Trading His Life's replay mode. There's something I like so much about this replay file from him, is his replay trades in here, is he struggled even in replay mode. Okay, he's a good trader. He's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing. He's been trading for a while, but he's being honest with himself in replay mode. And he struggled in here. Several trades in here, kind of bouncing around in replay mode. This is great, okay? Because once he gets this, look what happens. Here's the confidence starts to build in. Okay, maybe he misses a few more, and then the confidence builds in here. He's knocking it out of the park. He knows what he's looking for. Okay, and then at this point here, he's like, "Hey, Bruce, I'm ready for." He's got 50 trades in here, right? He's got 50 trades, and 20 is the. And I think you've been adding some in here recently, but maybe not. No, you have not. Okay. So he's got 50 trades in here, and he goes, Bruce, I'm ready for forward testing. And it's like, okay, yeah, I think you are too. So let's get into forward testing. Okay. And then here he is here in his forward testing. Where is it? There it is. Okay. And recently, you were doing great for a while, and then a bit of a pullback in here. Maybe it wasn't presenting. Maybe you took some losses in here. Oh, clearly you did. And then you're starting to gain it back now. So now this is live trading. Okay, this is forward testing. He had to wait. He had to wait for these setups in here, and then take them. But look at this in here. Look at the confidence built in here. Okay, this is fantastic. Now Trading His Life, you're ready to go live. If you feel it, maybe you want to build up a little more confidence in here. It's up to you. But you've got another 50 trades in here, basically, 49. When you are ready, and you'll know when you are ready, jump into the deep end and start dog paddling. Okay, now this is where we get back into another member here. Okay, Laura's been right from the get-go. She was super aggressive. She came into this like no bars held here, and just went for it, and knocked it out of the park here in replay, and then she's ready for forward testing. And then let's take a look at her forward testing journal in here. Okay, so that's her live, which we'll show next. Here it is. Okay, this is live market. Okay, she knocked it out of the park. Like she's getting winners, bigger winners than losers. She's at 63% profit ratio, which is, God, it could be 40%, doesn't matter, just as long as the winners are bigger than losers. In the beginning, it won't be this way. You're probably going to have a higher profit ratio, but you're going to have winners to losers be kind of similar, and that's okay. You just you're just hitting singles to begin with. You want to stay in the game, right? So hit the singles, and this is her live trading. Okay, and then she said, well, I'm ready. And then let's see here, that's her replay. Hold on. Here's her live. Okay, and then what happened here? We didn't see anything close to this in live. Anything. What happened? Well, this is, she started off great and she had tons of confidence. And it was like, wow, okay, I'm starting to knock it out of the park. I'm ready to go. I really want to, make money. Now, I don't know, I'm paraphrasing, Laura. You tell me, if it's different, but you started to get this kind of odd behavior in here. Like you said, you got kind of angry, or, you would maybe add to a loser, or you would widen out the stops thinking this can't be. And you started to have some losers. And then you came back in and said, okay, you had a few good trades you were back in the green. And then what happened? Well, you can see she kind of bounced around in here. She did something else. In this area in here, she said, I'm going back into replay mode. And so she went back and hit replay mode again. Guys, I know this sounds almost childish or overly simple, this process, but it works and it'll keep you on track. It's like a boxer in a training program. It's got to be simple, it's got to be direct, and we got to stay in the game. All right, so and train hard. So she came back into replay mode. She built that confidence back up again, and then what she did something else differently too. She started to trade. I think she traded. These are still the large lot, or the E-mini. But then over here, she switched over to micros. Okay, her performance has been stellar here using micros. I mean, this is great. Like, she's making 1/10 of the size of the wins. And the equity curve is going up and up and up. And look at this. You just nailed it today. Nice trade, Laura. So you might have to show us that one. Or maybe you already posted it. But beauty in here. Way to go. So anyway, guys, this is what we're looking for. And again, let's go back to the presentation, like how to follow a simple strategy. This is where we're going to start and create clarity, confidence, and small wins to keep you in the game. Then we'll start to go wide, and we'll start to get into more setups, variations on that setups, but they're going to be your setups, not mine. They're going to be yours. Okay, we can use maybe some of the supply and demand setups from the course, but you're gonna come up with your own criteria, whatever it is. You guys, those that have been in the program are ready, and ready to do what they feel is the next step. Okay, so anyway, the other part here that is crucial that Shark had mentioned is the community element here. Okay, we're learning from each other and supporting each other in here in the best of ways. Not like, oh, good trade, yay. It's not like that. It's more like, you didn't look at this. What did I do wrong? Well, or I suggest that you take that off your chart. Or I suggest that you look at this in more detail. I suggest that you trade in replay maybe a little bit longer before moving into forward testing, etc. These kinds of things to keep you on track to building that clarity and that confidence. Okay, small wins, just small wins right now. Just stay in the game. All right, let me get to some questions. And then, guys, for those of you still that are in here, that are in the pilot program, we're going to jump over to that room and continue the conversation over there. Okay, and this will be the next step in the pilot program. All right, let me see here. Questions. All right. let's see, started with a trend line. Okay, yeah, the trend line, again, like it's about structure. It's not so much about the trend line, but um, the way, yeah, you want to draw the structure correctly, that's for sure. Okay, so that's what Trading is Life is talking about. Robert, for setting up the journal like this, well, we just went through that whole process. I'll have some written instructions too. I never got around to it. You know how to input the picture in your journal. It's Oh, you don't know how to input the picture in the journal. It's really, I just showed you Trading is Life. It's real simple. You just save it as a JPEG after you mark it up, and then just toss it in there. Click on the trade, here, trade history. Then you click on the trade wherever it is, and then you add it in here. Okay. You can even just drag and drop it in. Okay. Okay, thanks, Steven. Steven is just going through showing the details in the pilot program. Guys, the time, like I'm real excited about this. Like, the quarter is ending here, and we're going to go to the next leg in this pilot program, the next step. We're starting now, and we're jumping into the deep end, right? And learning to swim. Okay, just, it's not going to be pretty necessarily, but you're going to swim. You're going to stay afloat. Yeah, look at Laura says tons of confidence, and then she switched to micros, what really helped her, and then you have a lot of flexibility in there also, obviously, Laura, but you haven't taken, you haven't done anything about that, which I really highly respect. You're still all in, all out, being super patient with it. That's amazing. And you still do replay mode, right? So continue on that replay mode again and again. I showed you guys how to do this live in today's webinar earlier, how you can come up to during the live session and export, and then you can put that onto another machine. And then play in replay mode while looking at the live market on another machine. Okay, yeah, Shark. The journaling does take some time, absolutely. But now you have a total playlist or playbook to take a look at. Okay, building out that playbook. All right, guys, I think we've answered all the questions. Okay, I think Luciano is still typing one more here, and then we'll wrap it up and we'll jump over to the other room. You believe you can also save a replay file in a smaller chunk? Yeah, I just showed that earlier today in the webinar. Not sure at what point. We'll have to kind of look for it. But you'll come up here to File and Export Feed, and then you're going to select the time the chunk of time that you want out of it, and then you can also select the instrument you want to export here. Okay, and then just hit export. It's great. It's really great. All right, guys, that's it. So yeah, I really encourage you to if you don't sign up for the pilot program, that's fine. That's on you. Whatever you want to do. But I really encourage you to follow the steps in here to stay in the game. Okay, that's really the key here. Is this slide here, or is what this is all about here, is follow something simple so it creates that clarity. It also creates confidence when you're trading it because you know what you're looking at, you know what should happen, what should unfold, what it should look like, and then you should have small wins. And that's gonna turn right around and create more clarity and more confidence for you, and that's gonna keep you in the game. Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it sticking with me for this as I go through the process here. And then we'll see you over, and let's take maybe a 5-minute break, and then we'll jump over to the pilot program room. And I want to open it up. I want to hear your guys' feedback in here. Shark, Laura, Mark, you've been doing incredible work. Trading His Life, DNT Matter, also incredible work, really great, really great. And let's take the next step here, guys. Okay, thank you all. All right, we'll see you over there in about 5 minutes. Bye.